Oh hey, my name's TENDO, and for the last couple weeks, my videos have been daily, and they have been specifically about thrifting to find things to resell at my antique mall, and today's gonna be no different. We got a little bit longer of a stretch so that I can get to where my antique vendor malls, where I resell most of the toys that I buy at the thrift, can be perfect. If that sounds interesting to you, pretty please hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, because that's what we're doing today. We're gonna probably do it tomorrow. And I'm excited about it because every little bit that these antique malls get to where they need to be, the more I feel relief, the more I feel like I'm going to succeed at this resale game. Stick around.
Behold, Exhibit A. Yellow duck! Makes sense. Rubber duck yellow. Brown duck, actual duck brown. Rubber duck not brown, but actual duck brown, so makes sense. But what is that? It's blue! Why?
I am starting at my antique mall booth today. I got a lot of stuff to price and put in here. I really do, a lot. But a lot of it's at home and it's time consuming, so I need to like sit and watch a TV show and just price. But in the meantime, a buddy of mine was cleaning his house. Big thanks to him, because he was just like, I gotta declutter, take all this crap. So I did, and put it in the antique mall. So I'm probably just gonna do simple generalized price for DVD. No way. God, I almost want to keep that. What a great movie. Oh, let's go, dude. I almost feel like I need to look those up. I just watched this about 2 weeks ago. Fantastic movie. Peak Anthony Hopkins. Dance like a dervish. Actually, this was shot in New Mexico when I was a kid, and I went to some of the filming places, because my mom knew where they were while they were shooting it. Pretty crazy. All right, we're gonna print labels. 2 Blu-ray. I don't really want to do this, but I'm about to. This is right across from my booth. $2.50 a box of DVDs. Shouldn't I just, at least for now, take the good ones? I more so need these for my other booth, but I really think I'm about to do this. That's $10 worth. But then some of these are just like, I don't know. They've just got, there's just more and more back there. And I'm gonna sell them for $2 a piece, and I think they'll sell well, so I might as well do it. We're gonna think about it. I didn't even buy half of them. I bought those, and I'll probably buy the rest, but some of those just didn't like have higher quality one. Then we'll go ahead and price them. $16 for all that. There's probably $30 worth of Blu-ray in there, and then a bunch of DVD. And I swore I wasn't gonna get too much into DVD, but I need to fill up my other booth so much, and I have so many opportunities to get this stuff this cheap anyways. I'm gonna sell them all at $2 a piece. These already have someone else's antique mall stickers on them, which I kind of assumed was going to be the case. It does sometimes feel silly when obviously all this was for sale over there and didn't sell. But 2 things. One, most of these will go to a different mall anyways. 2, it's more about variety. Okay, when there's a million of something to dig through, as there's going to be an infinite amount of this stuff here. So it's not as silly as it feels. Wish they were all VHS though. Didn't do anything to the toy booth today, but excuse me. The big changes here. little bit more filled out. Really need a shelf for the board games to be over by the toys. And honestly, since I don't really have comic books in here yet, that's actually something I plan on going home to work on today. I think we'll do that. And we'll put Thomas out here where the kids can reach. I'm kind of thinking about board games right there. Do that real quick and then we'll get out of here. And there you go. For now, there's gonna be more shelves, more tables. But now all the toys are there. All the media is there. And I never wanted to get into this many DVDs, but between this booth and the other, it's gonna be a healthy amount because that's all DVD and that little half, that little shelf. I'd trade them all for VHS right now. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna keep sort of spreading it out. I wanna just keep this table full of electronics, DVD players, TVs. You just put a sign on the front that says electronics, nothing else. If that's filled up, we're not stacking more electronics in here, and then everything else is media. And the last little decision I have to make, actually, I got a bunch of game stuff to go home and price right now. And I'm just struggling whether or not to put it in this booth or a shelf over there. I'm leaning towards over there. I really was leaning towards this one first, but the more I think about it, the more I realize it just needs to be by the toys. People are gonna get drawn into it way more there. Goodwill stop for the day. I feel like I raided this place yesterday, so we may not find much today, but we're gonna look. Not looking too good on finding anything, but like I said, we bought out all the plush yesterday. And what is this? Just a nice leather case, dream catcher. I don't know what all that is. Costume, tractor costume. Oh, of course there's pool floats. I want to tell y'all a story that's probably not going to translate to being as funny to you as it was to us because you probably just had to be there. But my little brother and I, historically not great spellers. I sort of blame it on being among the first generation that had spell check. It just wasn't as high stakes. I've just never been good at spelling words. I mean, I can usually figure it out. If I can see how they look, if I can write it down, type it out. But my little brother's son is playing Roblox. His name's Owen, and he just keeps saying, "Dad, how do you spell this? How do you spell that?" And it was all softballs. It was, how do you spell hand? Oh, H-A-N-D, we got it. No big deal. And then just after about 6 times of it being like that softballs, he goes, "Dad, how do you spell Nubini Pizzanini?" And we just started howling with laughter, screaming really. And then Owen did not understand why it was so funny. He's like, "What? Why is it so funny?" He was playing a Roblox brain rot game. And then we just spent the next hour trying to get him to explain to us what Nubini Pizzanini even was. And he couldn't really explain it. I still don't think I understand, even though I saw it. But kids and their dang-do video games. Let me show you what I worked on once I got home from the thrift and the antique mall today. I finally priced the video games that I have. And I got a little bit more video game stuff. And all this, I think we're on 4 or 5 months of me being back to the thrift and antique mall thing. This is all of the gaming related stuff I've amassed. That's the games, a couple consoles, controllers, and that's literally it. Maybe a pair of headphones. I'd love to have way more. And honestly, I was keeping all of this stuff for when I got more antique mall space, and so I could finally make a really dedicated video game section. Well, now I'm expanding faster than I sort of planned on, so every item that I can put in the mall and every dollar I can make really matters. So I'm not going to wait around on getting more games before I put them in there, which really just means I've priced them, I'm going to put them in the antique mall, and I'm really going to have to get to work harder on finding video games. Pretty much though, value-wise, there's like a $20 game in here and a whole lot of $10 games, a few $5 games. So, you know, it'll sell. I'm a little bit worried about the 1 or 2 expensive games putting in my antique mall because theft can be a thing. you do have to worry about it. I'm not going to get into that in this video, though there is a really big conversation to be had about that. And I have had it in the past years ago about antique malls, but let's skip that today. Otherwise, we do post daily content on this channel. I would love to have you guys back tomorrow. If any of this reselling, vendor mall, antique mall, Goodwill stuff was interesting to you, do me a huge favor. Turn those notifications on if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Do all the things. I appreciate it. But I'd love to see you back here tomorrow, guys. And until then, peace out.